Picture this, a country blessed with untouched rainforests, vibrant culture, and endless adventure potential. Yet, its airports are becoming ghost towns. Right now, in 2025, Guyana is experiencing something devastating. 6 major airlines have either cut their routes or completely abandoned the country. Flights are disappearing, tourism is crashing, and an entire economy built on the promise of discovery is now hanging by a thread. This isn't just about canceled vacations or inconvenient layovers. We're talking about livelihoods destroyed, communities forgotten, and a nation's dreams of becoming South America's next great destination slowly fading away. So what went so terribly wrong? Which airlines said no more to Guyana? And is there any way back from this tourism nightmare? Let's dive in. Segment number 1. When the numbers started screaming. The warning signs didn't appear overnight. Early in 2025, tourism professionals across Guyana began noticing troubling patterns. Tour guides found themselves with half-empty schedules. Luxury eco-lodges that once booked months in advance suddenly had availability every week. Georgetown's boutique hotels started offering discounts they'd never needed before. Then the official numbers arrived, and they were absolutely shocking. Tourist arrivals plummeted by 42% compared to 2024's figures. Georgetown hotels struggled with occupancy rates below 30%. The famous interior eco-lodges and river adventures, they saw bookings collapse by an unbelievable 70%. Guyana's natural wonders, those pristine forests, incredible wildlife, and rich indigenous heritage, weren't enough anymore. Something fundamental had shifted in the travel world, and Guyana was getting left behind. The perfect storm had arrived. Skyrocketing airfares, almost non-existent international marketing, crumbling airport infrastructure, and travelers choosing completely different destinations, all hitting at once. Segment number 2, the Great Airline Exodus. Who's walking away? Let's name names. Here are the 6 major carriers that have either scaled back dramatically or completely pulled out of Guyana during 2025. American Airlines, Gateway to America. Severed, this one hurt the most. American Airlines operated the lifeline route between Georgetown and Miami, connecting Guyanese families, business travelers, and tourists to the entire United States. In April 2025, American Airlines announced they were suspending daily service indefinitely. Their reason? Consistently low passenger loads and mounting financial losses on the route, building impact. That single decision didn't just cancel flights. It severed Guyana's most important connection to North American markets. No alternative exists. JetBlue. From high hopes to complete exit. Remember when JetBlue entered the Guyana market in 2021 with such optimism? They saw opportunity where others saw challenges. Well, that optimism is completely gone. JetBlue has officially terminated all service to Cheddi Jagan Airport. Rising operational costs, fuel prices, and virtually no demand from American travelers forced their hand. Thousands of loyal JetBlue customers who relied on affordable U.S. connectivity, they're now scrambling for alternatives that cost twice as much. Caribbean Airlines, regional connections. Caribbean Airlines was supposed to be Guyana's regional backbone, connecting the country to Trinidad, Barbados, Jamaica, and beyond. Instead, they've cut their Georgetown operations by over 60%. Routes that once ran multiple times per week now operate maybe once or twice. This isn't just about tourism. It's about cultural connections, family visits, business relationships, and educational opportunities across the Caribbean, all being destroyed. Copa Airlines, South American bridge collapsed. Copa Airlines provided something unique. Direct access between Guyana and Central South America through their Panama City hub. By mid-2025, even Copa couldn't justify continuing. THAE cited record-low passenger numbers and practically non-existent advanced bookings. The Panama connection is now suspended indefinitely. Guyana is becoming increasingly isolated from its own continent. Suriname Airways. Neighbor abandons neighbor. Sometimes the most painful cuts come from those closest to you. Suriname Airways, facing its own financial crisis, pulled out of Guyana completely in March 2025. This wasn't just a business decision. It damaged diplomatic relationships, medical exchanges, educational partnerships, and family connections between neighboring countries. Inter-Caribbean Airways, Eastern Caribbean dreams, ended. Inter-Caribbean Airways tried something ambitious in 2024, connecting Georgetown directly to the eastern Caribbean islands. That experiment is officially over. They've withdrawn entirely, citing poor ticket sales, bureaucratic nightmares, and zero support from Guyanese tourism authorities. 6 airlines, 6 different reasons, 1 devastating result. Segment 3. Airports becoming graveyards. Walk through Cheddi Jagan International Airport today, and you'll feel the emptiness immediately. Concession stands that once bustled with travelers buying last-minute souvenirs, many have closed their shutters. Car rental desks sit abandoned for hours at a time. Taxi drivers who once competed for fares now wait all day hoping for a single customer. At Eugene F. Correa Airport, the domestic hub, the situation is even more dire. Small regional airlines are grounding aircraft they can't afford to operate. Ground staff are being laid off in waves. These aren't just empty buildings. They're symbols of dreams deferred and opportunities lost. Segment 4. The human cost of empty skies. Behind every canceled flight and closed route are real people watching their worlds collapse. Tour operators who spent years building sustainable ecotourism businesses? They're shutting down operations they thought would last generations. Boutique hotel owners are slashing prices and firing staff they consider family. In the interior regions, indigenous communities who opened their cultures to respectful tourism are now watching that income stream completely disappear. Artisans, boat operators, cultural guides, entire extended families dependent on tourism dollars are being pushed toward poverty. The promise that tourism would bring prosperity to Guyana's most vulnerable communities? In 2025, that promise is being brutally broken. Segment 5. Why did everything fall apart? Industry experts point to a perfect storm of failures. Travel costs to Guyana are among the Caribbean's highest, often double what it costs to reach Jamaica or Barbados. Airport services are decades behind modern standards. Frequent delays, outdated facilities, and poor customer service create terrible first impressions. International marketing? Practically non-existent. Most travelers still don't know Guyana exists, let alone what it offers. Safety concerns and confusing visa policies have scared away cautious travelers who have dozens of easier alternatives. And, finally, the global economy. When money gets tight, travelers choose familiar, affordable destinations, not expensive adventures to places they can barely pronounce. Guyana failed to adapt to a changing travel landscape, and now it's paying the ultimate price. Segment 6. Is recovery even possible? Here's the truth. Recovery is possible, but the window is closing fast. Guyana needs to subsidize airline partnerships immediately. Bring carriers back with guarantees and incentives. Complete airport modernization can't wait another year. Travelers expect efficiency and comfort in 2025. Launch the most aggressive tourism marketing campaign in the country's history. Target the United States, Canada, and the Caribbean with professional, compelling content. Fix visa policies and safety concerns immediately. Every bureaucratic delay costs potential visitors. Most importantly, listen to local tourism professionals. They know what works and what doesn't. Support them instead of ignoring them. 6 airlines have walked away from Guyana. Airport terminals echo with emptiness instead of excitement. A nation that could have become South America's hidden gem is now struggling just to stay visible on travel maps. But this moment, this crisis, doesn't have to define Guyana's future. Sometimes it takes losing everything to realize what you had. Guyana still possesses incredible natural beauty, authentic culture, and warm people that the world desperately needs to discover. The question isn't whether Guyana can recover, it's whether the country will choose to fight for its place in the global tourism landscape. Those silent skies can fill with aircraft again. Those empty airports can buzz with adventure and possibility, but only if action replaces excuses and commitment replaces complacency. Guyana's tourism story doesn't have to end with canceled flights and broken dreams. It can begin with the courage to build something better.